Those Nazi swords. Tell me about those Nazi swords.
You know more about them than I do.
I know, but where did your grandpa get them? How did he get them?
Took them off of dead German Nazis. Just grabbed them right off their body. Maybe stabbed them dead fuckers a couple more times before he took them. Right in the eyeball, probably.
This is my great grandpa, Harry Adams. That was his grandpa.
Did you take a picture of your namesake? These are your relatives too, so don't forget about these two. On Harry Adams' side, you know, he did a lot with his life, but this man here was pretty famous. He was a pioneer of Montana.
And you say that's who I was named after?
This man right here, Thomas Cole Armitage. That was his wife.
Who are those other people?
That's my grandma, Florence. That's her sister, Harriet. That is Kenneth Armitage, George Armitage, Sidney Armitage.
I want to see those. You got a whole bunch of them plates.
I do. This is the lace one. I wanted to see how much this is going to be valuable. See how it's laced? This is Germany.
Let me see that basketball. Ooh, how did you get this basketball?
Oh, that was given at the dedication. There was a game the night of the grand opening of the Adams Center, November 21st, 1999.
Yeah.
Gonzaga University played the University of Montana, and after the game, all the members of the University of Montana team and the coaches signed a game ball and gave it to my mom in honor of my grandfather and the rededication of the Adams Center grand opening, November 21st, 1999. So that's named after him. Also has Larry Krystoyak, who is presently the coach of Utah, but he used to play alongside Michael Jordan.
That's pretty gangster slicker you got right there.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that slicker?
I got it in Dutch Harbor at the ship store.
Huh.
30,000 pairs of eyeglasses to people
Jig or whatever you call it.
We've had instances where we've gotten
right here, 30.
I think that's a brandy leader, or what do you
Today,
call those?
Yasha's collected and donated.
Hey, I'm gonna give him a coat to put on.
Mom told
And Northwest Airlines sign.
What are those railway? Hold on, wait.
Hold on, I want to show you these fuckers, man. These are worth some money. Do you remember the old record players? You'd have to crank them, and then they had a big speaker or thing that came out the top. It was like a megaphone. These are the old 78 records they used to use. These are not 33s. Feel how heavy those fuckers are. These are called what you call 78s.
Yeah.
That you'd put on those old Thomas Edison crank phonographs, you know.
with the big speaker.
Well, there's one right there. That's what they were played
Yeah.
on.
That's that big speaker.
These are valuable. So someday, don't just give these away. They smell, but they're very valuable. George Gershwin stuff too. He was a very famous American composer. Here's some more. This is all George. There's George Gershwin. This is all him that he composed stuff he composed. He's very famous.
Oh
American
yeah, damn,
composer.
those stink, dude.
Yeah, they're old. They're fucking old.
That's got like a peppermint schnapps smell. What the hell is
Yeah,
that?
well, they were in that.
What game is this?
Parker Brothers French card game. That was given to me as a Christmas present, I think, when I was a little guy.
Let's go to France.
40s style Scrabble game.
Oh boy.
This is a 1940s chess game.
Whoa.
This is probably pretty valuable because I've never even seen one of these before. This is a campaign in Russia. This is a game about Stalingrad, which was one of the most famous battles in World War II.
What kind of weird ass games did you have as a kid?
These weren't mine. These were my grandpa's.
Oh, these are your grandpa's games?
These are old, yeah.
So this is what they were preparing them
World War
for.
II. I have no idea. I was like gonna read that it's a game. There's
You
dice.
got more
and
blue chips than
you
you
even
do
gotta
pink
know
chips.
the weather. It's like a way to play war or something.
That's
Holy
some weird
crap.
shit.
But it's Stalingrad, which was in Russia.
That is ancient.
Very valuable.
It looks like some side dish
It's
crap.
inlaid with gold plate.
Old-fashioned side dish.
That is gold plate.
Well, there you go. Broke. There's the last of that one right there. All right. Tell me exactly what you're saying here. Hold this so I can videotape it. All right. Tell me what you're telling me about that.
During World War II, they didn't have college football games any longer because it was too costly. So they eliminated all the bowl games and college football seasons. They did it as well with baseball, professional football during the war. It just wasn't seen as proper to play games while you have men fighting overseas, losing their lives. Anyway, they did actually play football over in Europe during World War II, and this was awarded to your great-grandfather in 1945 for being the head coach. He was a lieutenant colonel at the time.
So was that before or after he started coaching the Montana Grizzlies?
Well, he was coaching the Montana Grizzlies when we entered the war, and then he quit coaching. Well, they weren't having any athletic events during the war to begin with, so he quit coaching, went back into the service. He had already served in World War I, went back in and served in World War II. And while he was over there, because of his coaching experience, he was chosen to coach soldiers that were athletes.
What is that?
This was awarded to him for the French Riviera Bowl win.
What is that right there?
This was given to him also as a gesture of thanks, but he was part of the Big Red One. They were actually one of the first battalions to beach on Normandy during D-Day. So yeah, he's a real famous battalion, the Big Red One, if not the most famous.
Why
World
does
War
it
II.
look like an ashtray, but it's got
Well,
bullets?
these are all 50 caliber bullets. They were real, but they plated them with silver or something to make this ashtray.
That looks like
And
a big
this on the
bullet.
bottom is an old 10.5 flak shell, mortar shell. And they just made an ashtray basically out of bullets and a big ass mortar shell. And put the Big Red One on here. Look this up for me. This says Regensburg, Germany, 1946. And see, maybe they could... What does this say right here? Regensburg right there. So, for whatever reason he was given this, on the bottom it says a couple things. These are 49... Instead of 50 caliber, these are actually 49 millimeter, so that'd be 49, just a little under 50, what we call 50 caliber bullets. Man, could you imagine being hit by one of those bullets? That's just to have a big ass shell on it, this thing.
Do they used to put blunts in there?